All right, so I wanted to let you know this is part 2 of the Alchemical Cross reading that we were just doing. If you are just joining us, look for part 1 of how to incorporate energy work into tarot. This is how to make your tarot reading as powerful as possible. Well, what happened was we got to a certain point of judgment when to let things go and what to let go, and the video shut down. I, of course, didn't know that because I was in the reading. So, if you're joining us now, you're going to see a little shift and change. We're going to pull some things, some elements out just a little bit to be able to distinguish where we were at in the reading. This was the wheel of the life energy, how it's flowing. This is the road on which it flows. We were at the first stage of that road, which is where one finds oneself traditionally in that tarot spread. And we were talking about judgment, what to keep, what to let go of. How do I rise up out of my own confusion and come up into where I'm singing my own song? And these things, these people, these elements, these beliefs, they can all be just used as lifting blocks to increase your awareness. So this is again for Lauren, and she is in a state of increasing her awareness about herself. So the next part of this is the position is how does what's around you, who's impacting you. Friends and family is the traditional name of this spread, of this space in the spread. And this card, the Six of Cups, represents childhood innocence, childhood play. That it's inverted, it means, you know, there's something that wasn't there in childhood that should have been, or that you feel you lost, or that's missing. You're feeling this. Let me tune into this just for a moment, because I am coming back into the reading after having completed it. Yes, there's a feeling of nostalgia that keeps pulling you back to should have, would have, could have. And the hopes and fears card tells me it has a lot to do with a lover relationship. Perhaps there's somebody that you once loved in your past. It's interesting because as I'm doing this reading now for a second time, so many of the energies that were also present in this have been resolved. So I'm having to find what's left. So I'm curious. I'll be so curious to hear, Lauren, how this impacts you. So in the hopes and fears position, it's this lover relationship. This beckons back to the betrayal and the partnership that seemed to not work out. So there's a longing for and also a fearing of a relationship, that partnership, that intimate oneness. And remember, all relationships are a way for us to get to know ourselves better. So this is really your relationship with self, which is what the reading is all trying to come back to, the guidance of self. Removing the play of a combat at all. So if this is the road that your wheel is rolling upon, how, looking back at your friendships and family, what do I keep? What do I let go of? What from my past is still pulling me back? And how do I want to have my relationship be formed? How do I remove my fears of it? How do I move from being in a dependent situation that didn't work into this celebration space? As the wheel turns, this will turn to rightness. Right? As the whole thing turns, all of this inversion will turn to rightness. So it's in a process of motion. You're processing mid-motion. We come up here to the last 3 cards. These in a traditional Celtic cross spread, which most people are more familiar with, would just be a single card, and it's the forecasting for the next 6 months. This is a 3-card spread. What this tells me, oftentimes when we get the 3 cards like this, we have to tune in and see, how does this story play? How does this fit together? It's a sentence. You've been given the words. Now, how do I put them into order? I like to go, is this the first one? No. Second? No. This is the last. This is the beginning. Yes. Makes much more sense, you see? So also this is interesting too, because this is a different way of looking at it than it was before with the first reading. When we do energy work, we've got to honor that we've shifted the space. I could just go back and try to replicate the reading and try to recreate that for you guys, but that would be dishonest. So this is now what the statement is. It's great because it's evolved. So what your focus for the next 6 months is going to be is how to find that young, fiery, passionate, creative girl that you lost, that you feel like you can't connect to. How to bring her back out, because right now she's struggling. A path, what's going to be required for you to do so is more meditation, more introspection, which you're really struggling with right now. It's not feeling very natural to you right now. This journey, this is going to take you on a journey. This card represents a journey. So up here, I'll just tell you, you've got the Page of Wands inverted, you've got the Four of Swords inverted, and you've got the Eight of Wands. The Four of Swords always is a reminder to the warrior inside that sometimes you have to lay down your arms and rest. Take solace. A lot of reminders that it's time to pause, get out of the battle, step out of the anxiety, step out of the flow of that. Stop participating in the war. Get off the battleground because you need a break. And that's where you'll find her. She's not there. She's off. You've got to get quiet for her to have room again. And then the final card is this journey. This card, Eight of Wands, represents a journey, a spiritual journey. It can be a metaphysical, energetic journey. It could be a physical journey, moving or going on a trip. Usually this is a trip. But it can also be metaphysical. It could be representative of some other aspect of your evolution, your journey, your longer journey, your soul journey. So the cards that I moved down in a way that have been sitting for a good long time with my smoky quartz point on them, it's awesome. They're actually really quite cold right now. When I was first doing this reading, the cards all felt warm, so it's like they're just decharged. All the energy is out, decharged. So here's this card at the bottom of the deck. When you've dealt off your reading, the bottom card is a shadow card. This represents the shadow energy that is kind of the undercurrent self, part of self that's driving all of this, that's driving the blocks, the negativity. This is what you're working on. And this is the Seven of Wands. The Seven of Wands represents the need to defend oneself, the need to protect what one holds as sacred and valuable. And it's again about feeling attacked, feeling under attack, feeling like I have to defend my beliefs, my family, my life. So this is a part of you that brings to many different situations for yourself a sensation of feeling under attack. So all of this is a beautiful opportunity for you to begin to remove the idea, the belief system that I will be attacked or I am unsafe in any way, so that you can find the fiery, passionate Page of Wands that you are and continue on your journey, your evolution, your spiritual evolution, by letting go of the childhood, letting go of the beliefs of what a relationship, what love should be, stepping into a state of celebration by leaving betrayal and anxiety behind, as you left behind the partnership that perpetuated that idea, ultimately leading back to your own guidance. We're going to bring it back to the star, because this is the beginning. This is it. You're becoming the star. We're going to put her front and center right on top, because we've resolved all of this. This is one way that I like to finish a reading. It's been sitting with the stone support on it for about an hour. I felt that it really did need that level of energetic support. So because this is the shadow, we're going to put it on the bottom. And because we drew it in an order, we're going to put it back in the order. This is reassembling the archetypes. Excuse me. Sometimes those switch on me, so I always have to pay attention. And this is the beginning. What is blocking your divine guidance, your star self? Ultimately, it's feeling like you will be attacked if you step into your soul self. So, we're going to work everything that has anything to do with it. Just going to open up the space and flow source energy through the cards as though they represent the archetypal energies that are current and active in your life in all aspects. Just flow source through in a total state of allowance. Opening up a sphere around yourself of that source energy in a total state of allowance. Flow it through all the awarenesses that came to you through this reading. All the beliefs that were confronted, that were broken, that were highlighted. Stay in this state for as long as you feel you need to in order to fully support the awareness. For those of you who are here learning for the reading, this is how I like to finish out a reading, and I support the person as they process through whatever their questions may be. Thank you.